Hello everyone. Today we are coming at you from the Hudson Highlands State Park area in New York. We are, wait for it, we're by a road. Okay, we're at the Washburn Trailhead. We are going to be doing the Bull Trail. It's Bull Mountain / Taurus Mountain, but I believe our mileage is estimated to be around I think it's around 5 miles or so, but it's going to be in the 40s today. It's already warming up nicely. We are going to hike our way up this ridge area, and we have hiked here in this area once before. We have done the Beacon Fire Tower Trail, and that was a good time. So looking forward to getting up on this ridge again, getting to enjoy some of these views. We've never hiked in this area in the winter, and the river is all frozen over, and it should be a spectacular view. So gonna get on the trail, and we'll bring you back in a little bit. Okay, so we've passed the summit. One thing with New York is you'll get a lot of summits that don't have any real views, but this hike is like a lot of others I've done where you have tons of views along the way, and I'm sure you've seen them if you made it this far through the video. But so we're past the summit. We came to this nice viewpoint with a little bit different angle of the valley. This is looking more north, northwest. But yeah, still a beautiful day. The rest of our hike should be pretty easy going. We might have like 1 or 2 minor climbs along the way, but most of this will be downhill. We decided on doing the bigger loop, which shouldn't be a problem, especially since the hard part's out of the way. We have dropped a lot in elevation if you look at the surrounding mountains. Haven't really filmed a whole lot on the way down. It's looked a lot like this. There's been a few water crossings, but hiking this in the direction that we did, I definitely recommend it for anyone that's interested in doing this hike. You bang out all your climbing in the beginning, because you pretty much climb all the way up to the summit, but everything after the summit is pretty much downhill. You have like a few little tiny ups, but nothing crazy. The views have been great. One thing we were just commenting on, if it's just recently rained or after the melt in the spring, this trail is probably going to be super muddy, so it might be a time to avoid it. But as typical with the New York hikes, they don't really disappoint. Always have a blast coming up here to hike. Feel pretty lucky that it's such a short drive for us. But that's pretty much it for now. Oh, and since we have a nice leisurely stroll on the way down, been enjoying a little adult beverage on the way down. So one thing that's kind of cool about hiking in this area is there's a lot of weird history. So when we did the Beacon Fire Tower hike, we hiked through an old like pulley house for this like trolley incline thing that took people up the mountain. And there's still like some interesting like mechanical parts there. And part of that trail will take you by an old casino that was built up in the mountain and really remote, and there's still like bits and pieces of the structure left. Not much, you know, nothing like super substantial. And you may or may not see it in some of the shots that I took, but we passed on this trail by some ruins. I have no idea what they are because the map just marks them as ruins. So I'll have to like take some diving and digging to figure out. But as we get closer and closer to the end of our hike, we came around this interesting structure. It is a round structure. It's a decent size. And with the snow and everything, not sure how deep it actually is. But I have no idea what this could have been used as. It's interesting. First reaction is to think maybe a well, but I've never seen a well that big. Now we have walked around like old like pump houses and things of that nature, but if anyone knows what that is, feel free to share it in the comments below, because I'd be interested to find out what that is. You're gonna start hearing road noise, train noise, because we are pretty close to the end of the hike. But yeah, one of the very interesting things about hiking this area though, all kinds of old structures from old resorts, old casinos, things that, you know, existed and thrived for a while but then just faded away. Okay, so as we get a little lower here, right back up this way, we saw a stone foundation, and right up here through the woods, I'll hike down and you'll get to see it, but right up here there's what's left over from an old gazebo. And Panda said something that I think hit this right on the mark. This was probably what was the original village of Cold Springs. We actually have like a nice set wall right here, and it like winds down to like a nice like stone wall, and then we have stone pylons right down through there with a metal fencing. And like down over beyond that little hill, there's another structure, well, what remains of a structure. We have this here, which this is one of the more complete structures I've seen. It still has the framing from the roof. So, but right up there, that's the remnants of a gazebo. And I can sort of even make out a path that would take you up to it. You can kind of see it wind right through here. It's very interesting. The kind of cool part about this is if these hiking trails didn't exist, unless you were a local, you would never know this stuff was here. Yeah, I'm gonna take a walk over there and look. Yeah, there's the stairs and the walkway leading up to the gazebo. But I'm gonna take a walk right down here and get closer to this structure. It's funny, it's when a hike becomes like urban exploration. That way it looks a little slippery. I'm gonna go this way. But check this structure out. Like, this is pretty impressive.
Oh, the trail comes down. I just seen a marker right there.
Oh.
Big.
This is a different trail, not the one we're on. We have old fireplaces. Man, plumbing. Hey, there's actually a sign over here. That looks like either an old pool or what could have been an old bathhouse. Pretty cool. Now that's pretty cool. Look at how those chimneys are stacked for the different floors.